What's going on? How's everybody doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Well, post 5 days Valentine's Day. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start to the year. We're almost in March. Quarter one is going to be ending in just 6 weeks. We're already 6 weeks into the year, and it has been a memorable trading year. I mean, who can, right? Look at all these gains that you're seeing, and not just the market, but individual names that we've been watching for so long, like Tesla. And it looks like the new tour du jour or flavor of the month is this Space Galactic. If anybody has been watching this stock has been going bonkers. We've been trading it to the long side for the last few weeks. And on top of that, now I'm looking at, starting to trading it the other way. But let's take a look and see like what the heck is going on. Because, one thing you'll notice with this stock is that it has just gone nuts. If you're looking at its daily chart here, this stock had a break. And we were actually trying to break this stock out at like $12. And I had no clue it's going to go like this. I was hoping for like a point or two. This thing has gone nuts. And so you can see here, you got to move from 11 to 20. So that's a double, which is, already rare. And then, you had a flag breakout here at 20, and now you've really reached up into the 40s. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is what the heck is going on in this stock, where can it go, and what the play is. It looks like part of the run was with this Tesla stuff. I don't know how people are equating electric cars with space galactic warfare or whatever these guys do right now. It's what they're doing is space travel, right? So, put people up there, let them see orbits of the world, I guess. But what you can see here is why this thing is starting to go nuts. Space Galactic has tripled, which we know from the chart. Fidelity tells CNBC, Virgin Galactic has bought more than any other stock on Tuesday, topping Apple, Tesla, and others. I mean, that is incredible, obviously, because Apple is not only the biggest company, in the world, but at this point, its market cap is, I believe, the biggest in the history of the world, which is, monster. Space Galactic is a company that doesn't have any revenues yet because nobody's gone to space. So you're starting to see like this big rally, and it looks like a good chunk of this too is like, hey, everybody's starting to say like trading activity's up, retail people are coming in, which is always good. So, now you're starting to get in. Now you're starting to see like this like comparison with Tesla, because maybe it's just like about future, these technologies, but I don't know, space and cars are a little bit different in my head, but who am I to say? So what's the play on this now? We have been long in this thing for weeks, and just yesterday, we finally got an epic short on this thing. I actually tried this a couple times. I think this is important when you're looking at trying to short something. It may take you a few tries to like nail this thing down. We had this thing, in the chat room, like first thing, like just right off the bat. Man, we had a pretty cool day in the chat room. So I shorted this thing like right up at the open 32.10, covered 30.74, covered a little bit more 30.50s, and then, it started to spike on me, and the stock is like so strong, right? So I shorted it as it broke down this level right here. It's just an opening range breakdown. When you get a stock that's extended like this, what they call that is an exhaustion gap. It's an exhaustion gap. See, like when you get a big strong close like this, and then you gap up a lot the next day. So the gap up was like, quite a few dollars here, $5, $6, it looks like, from the previous day, from 28 to, in the 30s. That you have to short that gap right away. Now, it doesn't mean it can't bounce later, but you want to short the gap. It's called an exhaustion gap. That is, frankly, it's one of the plays I've been doing since I've been trading. It's on a parabolic stock. If this stock had, say, opened at like $27, $28, and it had opened weak, then I would have actually tried to long it and gone red to green. But when you get the exhaustion gap, the first play is, of course, to short it, and then, essentially you want to cover into its into your moving averages here, and then save some for a lotto. So that's typically the play. Now the key on when you're shorting these kind of names is like you don't want to overstay your welcome at the open. If it doesn't go red, meaning like it doesn't like literally break below the close of the previous day, in the first 30 minutes even 10, 15 minutes on a really hot stock like this, what you want to do is just let it go, right? Let it bounce, let it go back, and you can even try to long it if you want. But in my head, if I have an idea that something is a short, meaning like my bias or what I see on the daily chart is telling me short, I'm going to try not to long it unless it's just, picture perfect. But what we want to do is just kind of wait it out. So now, so I call like $1.20 or something on the short, which is nothing, right? Because it bounced $9. So good, right? Taking a little gain is not a big deal. But then you know what? You just bide your time. A lot of times you'll start to see these things pull back. When you get the lower high here, that's your signal like, okay, things are going to potentially roll over if you can't make a higher high. Now, you don't know, like, okay, is this a flag or is this a higher high? You just don't know. So what you want to do is like let these EMAs start to curl down. See, when you get your 9 and 20 EMA, they start to kind of curl for the girls down. When this thing breaks under the VWAP, that's when I take my short with just a really small risk to the 9 EMA. So in this type of thing, you can short, a couple thousand shares if you want, or 1,000 shares, and you're going to have like $200, $300 risk. And now that's how you get like this kind of, so like, as we, I took this thing late in the day, and I hate trading, late into the day, but, we ended up having like a decent, I got 34.63, and then it was just kind of game on. What you want to do is just, right, always cover some into the first flush, because a lot of times stocks will break under the VWAP and tap back. So you want to cover some into it. And then the first clue is the tap back. If it taps back into VWAP, and see how it holds right there, if it taps back into VWAP, not only can you keep the rest of your position, you can add to it, right? So you can come in and start to really put the thunder on it and show this thing what American justice like. And then you get kind of like this nice waterfalling, flush. And sadly, I didn't hold all this way down into here. I am what you call a premature cover. Usually once I start to see stocks get like too extended from its EMAs, I almost always take it off the table because they'll retrace. It does cause me to leave a little bit on the table, but that's just like the nature of the game. So let's talk about this. Like, what's next for this particular stock? I would suspect, because this is a nasty candle, this is essentially like a little bit of a reversal candle. Today we're getting a gap up in this stock. If it doesn't come in and kind of take out that 39, which I'd be surprised if it does, because that can be pretty much like a double top, then I think that we kind of have a short-term consolidation or a pullback to the 9 EMA. So maybe into the 24 to 23 range. Normally, I would tell you that this is a pump and it's a mania and it's just too far, too fast. It doesn't make any money, blah, and people are being stupid about it. But in this market, these type of bubble stocks, they don't just die. Like you can see even, right, like, how many people said like Tesla was this or that, and this thing just keeps running, right? You pull back to the 9 EMA at 680, you're almost $250 over, and it doesn't look like, yeah, for 2 days it looked like, yes, bubble, right? Bubble, this thing is gotta come crashing down, and it did come not crashing down. You had a nice 30% pullback, and then you just hit the 9 EMA and you were ramping. So I think that is the playbook for space. You can see very similar candles here. You got that big extension. See how you got this kind of reversal doji candle. You're seeing the same thing with space yesterday. Very similar type of candle. So now, I think you're due for a pullback to probably the 9 EMA. But is this thing going to just die off back into the teens or tens? Not in this market. This market is so red hot. The pump is on. We got election year and so much stuff going on. The odds of this market crashing down and giving you that kind of satisfaction, because man, I love shorting. Like I get a lot of satisfaction from taking one of these things down all the way. It's just not in the cards. You can take day trades and catch 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, up and down, but you can't really hold the shorts too long. And if you want to like invest in this thing, which, I don't know anything about the fundamentals of this thing, but you want to invest in this thing because the chart is just so good, I would start watching it around this 9 EMA. I think that's, you can see here, that's where it's been really holding up. And same thing, if it's following Tesla's trajectory, that's where this is going to really hold up. So hopefully that helps, guys. As always, smash that like button if you guys are enjoying these videos. Man, we're having a lot of fun in our Discord group. You guys are more than welcome to always join us. We got we got swing trades, and I got, class channels and everything like that for software and everything. We got a really good group of people in there, and also a great group of swing traders and stuff too. So if a lot of you guys are part-time traders, come check us out, bullsonwallstreet.com. Guys, trade safe, be well, make me proud, take care.